Hi French 2, this is your flip chart on the conditional. The conditional is how you say would, could, and should in French. For example, I would like some cheese, please. Could you pass me the mustard? And you should always do your homework. First, we're going to focus on would. The word would is always included when you put a verb in the conditional mood. The conditional is called a mood, not a tense. That's not a big point, so moving on. I would go to the supermarket, but I can't. This is just like the future tense where you ignore the word would because it's not a separate word, but you take the verb to go, and that's what you're going to put into the conditional. So the verb aller means to go, so you would take that and you'd put it in the conditional. So how do we do that? You take the entire infinitive verb, like parler, finir, rendre, still with the er, ir, or re. For re, you just drop the e because it's silent anyway. Or if it's an irregular verb, you take the irregular stem that's just like the irregular stems for the future tense. So you take that stem or you take the entire infinitive and then you add the ending for whatever your subject is, je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, or il, elle plural. And the handy thing about these endings is that you already know them because they are exactly the same as the endings for the imparfait. So if you remember, they are AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT. So let's do an example. I would go to the supermarket. Remember, would is not a separate word, so ignore that. We're going to use this verb to go, which is aller. Now, if this was a regular verb, I would just take that whole word right there, aller. But it's an irregular one, and I already know from the future tense that its stem is ir. So I'm going to take ir and put on the ending for je because it's I would go. So the ending for je is AIS. We know that because we've already done the imparfait. So here we go. Je irai au supermarché. This one word here, irai, means would go because the would is included because I put it in the conditional. So j'irai au supermarché. I would go to the supermarket. So what you need to remember about would is that would is included when you put the verb in the conditional, and you just go to the next verb to figure out what verb to use in the infinitive. So if you wanted to say I would like I would like a cheeseburger, you ignore would and you go right to like, which is aimer. So j'aimerais un cheeseburger is I would like a cheeseburger. You just put the ending on the end of the infinitive. I would watch Desperate Housewives, but it's over. Get rid of would and just go with the verb that means to watch, which is regarder, and you put your ending on that. I would finish my homework, but I left it at school. You ignore would and just go to finir, the verb that means to finish, and conjugate it in the conditional. I would melt some cheese if we had any in the fridge. Ignore would, just go to melt, which is fondre. Always drop the e and add your ending. So the lesson for today is that there is no extra word for would in French.